If you're looking to buy the most compact, cutting-edge iPhone today, the latest iPhone 12 mini seems to be a great choice. But what if I tell you that the iPhone 11 Pro from last year is also very compact and offers a lot of compelling features of its own? Confused, right? Let me help clear things up. I am Rohan from TechieTechTech, and today let's compare the iPhone 12 mini with the iPhone 11 Pro. Here we go. Even though both these phones are small by today's standards, there's still a substantial size difference between them. The iPhone 11 Pro with its 5.8-inch display is smaller than the iPhone 12, 12 Pro and pretty much every iPhone that is on sale today. The iPhone 12 mini with its 5.4-inch display is even smaller. But size aside, even the build of both these phones is fundamentally different, starting right from the materials. The shiny stainless steel frame and frosted glass back of the iPhone 11 Pro are inarguably more premium than the matte aluminum frame and glossy glass back of the iPhone 12 mini. But the 12 mini stands its own with the newer flat design language, which looks hotter than the rounded edges on the 11 Pro. In hand, the iPhone 11 Pro feels a lot more substantial compared to the iPhone 12 mini, which is probably the lightest phone I've held in years. While I am not a fan of how uncomfortable the flat edges can feel on the larger iPhone 12 and 12 Pro Max, I think they are great on the iPhone 12 mini. They make the 12 mini look and feel cutting edge, like something that is a league above the competition. Another thing that I must emphasize upon is the display glass. While both the displays are flat, the glass atop the display on the iPhone 11 Pro is 2.5D, which means it is slightly curved off towards the edges. It is what we are used to and feels very natural. The glass on the 12 mini, however, is 100% flat, which looks really clean. It's almost like the display is painted onto the glass. You have to see it to believe it. It's also protected by a layer of Apple's ceramic shield, which is supposed to be more shatter resistant than the glass on the iPhone 11 Pro. But see, design is very much a personal choice, so I'm not going to go ahead and tell you which one looks better. But I am going to tell you my honest opinion, which is that even though the iPhone 12 mini looks and feels newer in hand, the iPhone 11 Pro is the more premium looking out of the two, simply because of the more refined materials used to construct it. Switching over to the display, things are pretty even here. Display quality is very identical on both these phones with a very lifelike color science. The vibrance and saturation are all very on point to provide a display which looks beautiful but not overblown. The iPhone 11 Pro's display can get brighter, but both are easily usable in direct sunlight in my experience. The bezels on the 12 mini are much smaller than the ones on the 11 Pro. Of course, it goes without saying that the 12 mini's display is significantly smaller than the one on the iPhone 11 Pro. If you watch a lot of media on your phone or play games with a lot of touch controls, the experience on the iPhone 11 Pro will be significantly better, all thanks to the bigger screen. Where the 12 mini shines though is one-handed use. In my opinion, this is the only phone that exists in the market today which can be comfortably used by everyone with one hand. So as they say, pick your poison. Talking about the software and performance is very easy because honestly there isn't really much to talk about. Even though they are a generation apart, I could not notice any difference in performance in all user scenarios. Even the software experience is exactly the same with both running identical versions of iOS 14. So regardless of what your usage is like, both these phones will provide top of the line industry leading performance and great polished software to go with it. However, all phones lag eventually, and even though that eventually is 3 to 4 years down the line, the iPhone 11 Pro will lag sooner simply because its A13 processor has already completed an year of its life cycle while the 12 mini's A14 has just made its debut. It's also the reason why it will stop receiving software updates an year before the 12 mini. Factor this in if you plan to use your phone for multiple years. Let's talk about the cameras now. In terms of optics, the iPhone 11 Pro has a triple camera setup on the rear which includes an f1.8 primary camera, an f2.4 ultra-wide camera and an f2 telephoto camera. On the other hand, the iPhone 12 mini sports a dual camera setup on the rear featuring an f1.6 primary camera and an f2.4 ultra-wide camera. Do note that all cameras shoot 12 megapixel stills. Let's find out how they perform in real life. As always, we'll talk about the photos first and then move on to the videos. Thanks to Apple's image processing system and Deep Fusion, The primary camera performance on both iPhones is really good. I found that the picture shot on the iPhone 12 mini are slightly better in terms of exposure, noise processing, and in some cases even HDR processing. The iPhone 12 mini sports a brighter ultra-wide camera and delivers moderately sharper pictures when compared to the picture shot on the iPhone 11 Pro's ultra-wide angle camera. When it comes to zooming in, the pictures shot on the iPhone 11 Pro are sharper with more details because of the dedicated telephoto lens. On the other hand, the iPhone 12 mini delivers digitally 2x zoomed in stills which are okay but not great. Front camera performance is above average on both devices with accurate skin tones. However, selfies shot on the iPhone 12 mini are slightly better in terms of noise processing and exposure. Portraits shot on the iPhone 12 mini have more accurate subject separation. Thanks to the dedicated telephoto camera on the iPhone 11 Pro, it can shoot 2x optically zoomed in portraits which tend to look more natural with good bokeh. Low light performance is where the iPhone 12 mini really shines. Night mode on the iPhone 12 mini works on all cameras while it is limited to the primary camera only on the iPhone 11 Pro. The pictures shot on the iPhone 12 mini are also brighter than the ones shot on the iPhone 11 Pro. Let's talk about the videos now. Both devices are similar in terms of video resolutions and frame rates for all cameras. Overall, video quality is excellent on both iPhones. In fact, a regular user won't be able to spot the difference between videos shot on these devices. Do note that the iPhone 12 mini has support for Dolby Vision. It can shoot, edit and playback Dolby Vision HDR video content. This is a really useful feature if you're a content creator or own an HDR display. Also, the low light videos shot on the iPhone 12 mini are brighter and well exposed in some shooting environments like streets. To conclude, both iPhones have excellent cameras which capture high quality media with the same seamless camera app user experience. Even though it lacks a telephoto lens and has subtle improvements only, I'd still pick the iPhone 12 mini for its better low light performance, image processing, video shooting and the newer hardware. They are more useful to me than a dedicated telephoto camera. However, if you are an iPhone 11 Pro user, I simply cannot recommend upgrading to the iPhone 12 mini just for the cameras because the differences, while obvious, are not that significant. As we move on to battery life, the iPhone 11 Pro starts to smile because it knows it has beaten the iPhone 12 mini. While the 12 mini provides decent endurance for its size, it cannot manage to last longer than a day. Even lasting a day becomes challenging if you're constantly on your phone. The iPhone 11 Pro provides much better battery life. Lasting a day and a half is easy and you can even manage 2 days if you use some power saving features. But that's not all. Since Apple discontinued the iPhone 11 Pro this generation onwards, any stock that you will find will be old, which means it will still contain wired earpods and a fast charging power brick in the box. With the iPhone 12 mini, you will get the cable only. Factor the cost of the power adapter when you make your buying decision. Lastly, a word about the phone call quality. It's almost exactly the same on both phones with good clarity in both earpiece and loudspeaker mode. Both of them have that annoying lag when switching between VoLTE and voice over Wi-Fi, but apart from that, the calling experience is largely very good. Another thing to note is that the stereo speaker setup on the iPhone 11 Pro sounds more bassy and substantial compared to the ones on the 12 mini, which sounds a little tinny in comparison. Now for the conclusion. If you're an iPhone 11 Pro user thinking of upgrading to the 12 mini, I would like to personally come and congratulate you for coming up with the thought so ridiculous. No, seriously, do not do it. Don't upgrade to any iPhone 12 model from a functional 11 Pro. It just does not make any sense. However, if you are choosing between the two phones, I would strongly urge you to go hands-on with both of them. Because even though they are both excellent smartphones, it's the size alone which shapes the majority of the differences. I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, be a good person and like, share and subscribe. Enlighten me with your views in the comment section below. This has been Rohan from TechieTechTech and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.